Compost. For us gardeners, it's the life of our garden party. It keeps soil and everything in it vibrant and healthy. On top of that, it draws down carbon and it keeps valuable food scraps out of landfill. Making your own compost can be daunting though. It takes a bit of technique to get everything humming along nicely. And one of the key things is regularly turning your compost pile. Turning your compost forces fresh air into the pile. And what that does is basically supercharge the whole composting process. It allows air to get between the particles. It activates the microbes, but it prevents everything, all of the food scraps from compacting, forcing the air out and turning it into an anaerobic, gluggy mess. There's different ways you can get air into your pile. Some systems have an air tube which does it sort of ongoing. Most people use a fork or a compost corkscrew turner like this one. Both of those methods require a bit of grunt. If that's not for you, I've got an alternative worth considering. Now, this contraption here is what you call a compost spinner. Basically, you put all your materials in there and it spins on this axle. It's a bit like when you go to the bingo, all the numbers are in there, then they spin it, clickety-click, double six, you're a winner. And actually, with this you are a winner because it takes the hard work out of turning the compost. There's a couple of other advantages as well. It's off the ground, so it's harder for vermin to get in there. And when it comes to unloading, you can bring your wheelbarrow right up, open this up, and away you go. Now, of course, you can buy one of these, but I reckon with a little bit of creativity, you can design and build one of these to suit your own garden. And in the process, you'll actually be putting back to work a whole lot of repurposed materials. Come on, let's give it a go. The compost spinner I have in mind will need plenty of sturdy timber, galvanised or stainless steel screws, a length of galvanised pipe, and a big plastic barrel. Barrels like these are really easy to find. Generally, you'll see lots of them and they're blue in colour. This is exactly the same. They're all about 220 litres. A lot of them have a clamp lid, some of them just have holes. I've gone with this type because it's a screw top, and that's really good because it enables you to get all your materials in, but then it seals nicely, so when you spin it, it doesn't dribble everywhere. Oh, now, that's Kalamata olives, so that means that this has been transporting food, and that's the question you've got to ask. Make sure you know what was in it. This symbol here is food safe, and when I smell that, it reminds me of my grandparents. My spinner needs a good sturdy frame that starts with 2 pairs of legs. These will support the axle about 1 metre up to give your barrel plenty of room to spin. Once your timber is cut to length, drill a hole through the top with a spade bit. This is for the axle to spin in. Then fix the legs together with galvanised screws. Now to the barrel. We want it to spin easily, even when it's chock-a-block full of compost. So to do that, we need to find the central axis because that's where our axle will sit and then it will rotate around it. Use a piece of timber on top for reference and measure a point halfway up the barrel. And I'm using my old nylon tape measure because I can wrap it all the way around the barrel to accurately measure the circumference. So that's a circumference around the barrel of 1780 millimetres. If I divide that by 2, that gives me 890 to mark for the exact opposite side of the barrel for the axle to come out. Using those marks, drill holes in the barrel with your spade bit. Next, the axle. It needs to be a good snug fit, so don't be surprised if it takes a little effort to get it in. That way the barrel won't wobble, nor will it leak any liquid. That's a really nice snug fit, so it's not going to wobble. I'm using the wheelbarrow as my extra set of hands so that I can build the spinner. And my next step is to put these spacers on, and basically they'll stop the barrel from moving across the axle once the two support posts fill up that space. The frame is an easy fit around the axle, which means it shouldn't have trouble spinning. So that's standing on its own now, and it will spin. But there's a couple more steps, important parts of the process, which is the bracing. To keep the frame held firmly in place, I've gone for a bit of cross bracing. Should be as safe as houses. Well, there you have it, your own homemade spinning compost bin. I'm really happy with it. It's sturdy and it's ready to make compost. From time to time, give the timber a little bit of a rub down with some linseed oil. Place it in the shade. That way your compost bin won't get too hot and dry out. And then this end, it's open. There's no brace across here, so you can wheel your wheelbarrow right up and tip your compost in. I don't think there's anything else much to say other than I reckon it's a compost revolution.